Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Kingdom's Queens podcast. We are officially out of week 2, heading into week 3. The Chiefs, for the first time in Patrick Mahomes' fine career, are 0-2, and it's not a lot of fun. I'm going to say that. There's a lot of takeaways. I think we probably both have. Jodi was at the game. I was watching from home. Granted, I was somewhere where they had the game blocked out, so I had to watch the Cowboys and Giants go into overtime for the first quarter, which was blasphemy. But anyway, I rewatched the game, and there's a lot of takeaways from it. But yeah, let's just dive on into it. I am your host, Lexi.
Hey y'all, what's up? I am Jodi. I am disgusted. Like
Where do we begin?
I'm gonna find nice things to say today.
I might have more of a positive perspective than I expected to, but there's a lot.
Not me. I'm like, not me. Dang it, the heck. Okay, let's just kind of talk a little bit about the NFL real quick. So lots of turf toe things happening.
Yes.
What's there? Joe Burrow turf toe, which I didn't see the injury because I was at the game. I just heard about it and I was like, oh, okay.
From just like I was watching Red Zone and I did see it and it just looked like a standard tackle. I think it was just unfortunate, honestly.
3 months expected is insanely horrible. That is wild. So to hear that, I don't think there's a bone in me that says that I feel bad for Bengals fans, but damn, Joe Burrow cannot stay healthy. That man cannot stay healthy. I don't know what they're gonna do in Cincinnati. The offensive line is bad. Anyway, Brock Purdy also with a turf toe injury. He's expected to be out this week.
His is not as bad. His isn't like season ending.
Joe Burrow was a grade 3. His was a grade 3 turf toe, but they didn't really say what Brock Purdy's is. So he'll probably only be out for like a couple weeks and then be back. The Niners continue to have an injury bug. Don't know what's happening over there.
I do not know.
Nutrition, or I don't know if it's strengthening conditioning. I don't know if it's a combination. Figure it all out. JJ McCarthy also out this week. I don't even know what his injury is.
They're saying ankle, and then I was watching TikToks before we got on here, and I was watching this guy who is a Vikings fan, and he's like, is it even an injury, or are they just benching him? I was like,
no, it has to be an injury. It's only week 3, so we're not just benching anybody. Right. But he's out, and then Jaden Daniels' knee injury. And who knows what's happening with that. I don't think they've officially said that he's out. I don't even know if he's doing like a limited practice. I genuinely just haven't looked yet. But I do know that.
Yeah, I don't think they've said.
Too. It's a very high possibility he's out this week. I have no clue.
Oh, and guess who they play? The Raiders.
Chargers.
The Raiders.
Who do they play?
Of course, our division, though. Of course.
The Raiders are going to Raider, though. I don't know if you guys.
You want to know what's really sad? We have to be Broncos fans this week because they play the Chargers.
2 Monday night games this week, and yesterday the only game that I was really paying attention to was Broncos at Raiders, which is kind of like a neutral site because Vegas is wild. But Geno Smith is terrible. Like he's bad. Like I said, Geno Smith is terrible. Get him off the field several times yesterday.
The Raiders, it feels like now there's been some controversy with the Tom Brady stuff, and he's hanging out in the suite with the play callers, all that kind of stuff, with the owners and coaches. And then he's allowed to sit in on the meetings, pregame, all that kind of stuff. Well, now they said today that he's no longer going to be allowed to be in those pregame meetings. But it feels like, a little bit of karma. I feel like he was trying to really take over the division, and I don't think it's going to go how he thought. I think, Geno Smith.
When you have a quarterback that can't even get the ball down the field.
No. And
your quarterback's terrible.
It's like they forgot they had Brock Bowers. Ashton Genty started off slow, but then looked really good as the game went on.
Yeah, he's a baller.
He is a baller. He is a little bowling ball.
I have him in one of my fantasy leagues, so I appreciate him going crazy.
Right.
And then I don't really know what else happened this weekend. I mean, I think Josh Allen had a great game. Of course,
as someone who watched that game,
okay, I didn't watch.
I think it was more so that the Jets really struggled more than Josh Allen had a great game. He had 11 fantasy points. He did what he had to do to win the game, I guess. That's fine. James Cook went off. He had a great game. He was their offense. So he got paid and went off. So good for him. Josh Allen had the game of his life last week. I wouldn't say yesterday was one of his best games, but he did enough to win. The Jets just looked like a mess. I mean, that was one of their worst defensive performances I've seen in a while, and that's saying something. And then their offense looked a mess. I think Justin Fields has a concussion. They're an entire mess. So the Jets are just going to jet over and over again.
It's really interesting to kind of look at the AFC West. Sorry. The Chargers' very first 3 games are all AFC West games.
Right.
Chiefs, they got the Raiders, they got the Broncos this week. When you look at their schedule for the next 8 to 10 weeks, it's lighter. It's not heavy. Now, I will say, when I look at their schedule, they should be able to win their next 5 games. They should come out super, super hot. And then their last 4 or 5 games gets really tough. That's when they see the Chiefs again. They see the Eagles, all of that. But the question is, will the Chiefs win the AFC West? If you have the Chargers, if they beat the Broncos, and then again, this is technically the Chargers' first home game of the season playing the Broncos, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, and Bo Nix, where he's cool, people have learned him. They've watched tape on him. He's now a sophomore. So people know how to play and scheme against him. If the Chargers go up 3-0 in the AFC West, and then they just kind of come out and win the next maybe 3 or 4 games, will the Chiefs even have a chance to dig themselves out of an 0-2 hole to win the AFC West?
The thing is at least the Eagles game was an NFC game. However, they don't have much of a choice but to win. So I want to pull up the Chargers schedule. All right,
it's pretty easy. It's enough to where they could get a few wins, spark some great momentum, keep that energy going, and maybe win some games later in the season.
All right, so they have the Broncos this Sunday at home. Next week they go away to the Giants. Next week the Commanders come to them. Then they go to the Dolphins. Wow. Then the Colts go to them. We'll see how the Colts look at that point, because so far they've been phenomenal, but I don't know if that's just an early season thing or if that's going to continue. Then they have the Vikings. Who knows? Titans, Steelers, Jags, Raiders,
Yeah. So it's easy. Like when you listen to their schedule, it's like, it's like, okay, like I see where they can get some like really good momentum here and go on a sweep and just. And the thing is even if they continue to stack wins, regardless of what happens, the Chiefs are already 3 games behind. It doesn't matter. They're already 3 games behind. Right. So they're getting close to being put in a situation to where they're gonna have to win out. Do I think the Broncos can figure it out? No. Do I think the Raiders can figure it out? No. I think they'll end up being like the 3rd and 4th seed. But the Chiefs have put themselves in a very tough position already, and not even from a wanting the 1 seed. Now it's a matter of you need to win the division, right? Who knows if you'll get the 1 seed, because last year, if I'm incorrect, my brain is tired. We went 15-2, correct? Yeah, so we already got 2 losses, which means if you want to continue to have that 1 seed, you probably can't have more than 2.
It really might be everyone that took the Chargers to win. They might finally be correct, and Colin Cowherd is going to have a parade for himself. I mean, of joy that he was finally right.
They've only been asking for it for the last 7 seasons.
I mean, every year, but they might do it. Because I didn't realize. Now, of course, you need to win all of your division games. I just didn't. There's just a way that it just seems like that first loss to them set a precedent, and it's not. I don't see it changing. They look dominant. They have their flaws. I will say they could be figured out in a few weeks. Granted, depends what team wants to figure them out, but their running game has not been dominant. Their passing game is great.
And that's also one of those, it's early in the season. They have time to fix that as they can
do, and their O-line is amazing. Justin
Herbert has been great. That defense has been flying all around. Their special team defense is pretty good. Like, they humming on all cylinders. The Chiefs should. That's what the Chiefs were supposed to be this year.
Right.
They are far.
They're not doing that
caliber of football right now. So, I mean, all you could do is like tip your hat to the Chargers, because hey, y'all are.
They're doing it.
I just want to know doing it. So
I just want to know
if it'll last.
Yeah, how sustainable? How sustainable is it? I don't know. We'll have to find out. They do now. Granted, they have a rookie running back they took in the first round, Amari Hampton,
who didn't do anything much yesterday.
Did nothing, and nothing against us either. Really, he didn't. He only had a few yards against us. Najee Harris hasn't been that good, so their running game. They do have to figure that out. Taking a running back in round 1 can be very risky, as we know, especially late round 1. If you're taking like an Ashton Genty or Jahmyr Gibbs, those guys are going to be good because they're taken at the top of round 1, and that's pretty much like, they're going to be fine when they get into the NFL. Guys taken later in round 1, like Amari Hampton, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, guys like that, aren't always stars. So it'll be interesting to see how he does and how they evolve, because if the Chargers get to midseason and they don't have a respectable run game, then that changes things. But until then, we don't know. So right now, they're kind of making people think they have to respect their run game, even though they don't really.
Man, so the Chiefs are 0-2.
Yay!
This is the first time, I think, in our podcast history.
Oh yeah,
ever been 0-2. First time in Patrick Mahomes era. We know these things, and I think the most frustrating thing about losing to the Eagles at Arrowhead is the fact that they should have won that game.
They should have won.
So many points that were left on the field in that game. Just a lot of just like self-inflicted freaking wounds all over that game. And we took ourselves out of it. So, I mean, Xavier Worthy did not play last week. It sounds like he's going to play this week. It sounds, after just kind of like listening to Nate Taylor for a little bit throughout the day, it sounds like he's going to play this week. They're going to wrap him up, bandage him up, do whatever they need to brace, whatever.
Yeah.
They're going to put it on there. get him out there. That does not necessarily mean that it's going to like restrict him from any other injuries. But that's what they can do to have him on the field. I think this week shows how much Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice, or one of the other, were definitely missed in this game. So we can literally start on either side of the ball. We can start with the offense. We can start with the defense. I mean, there are some positives to take away. The defense was what?
Yeah.
The defense
was.
Well,
okay, and really,
I'm very particular when I say that. I feel like as a unit, they looked good, but there were individual performers who were bad.
I wanted to add too, they did take Hal Presley off the practice squad and put Cole Christensen back on it. Hal Presley was the wide receiver backup while Worthy was out last week. So I think, like you said, that should be a good sign for him. And potentially Jalen Royals too. We haven't heard a lot about him. Hopefully we hear more tomorrow. But yeah, let's start with the defense and then
defense.
Like, who are your...
You could tell it feels like Spags got in their ass all week.
Yeah.
Because what they did in Brazil was a complete embarrassment. You can't. And that's the thing about the Chiefs defense that is the most frustrating. We always know that this defense, actually, they know what to do to execute correctly. It's just a matter of when they're going to do it. You know that if you're used to Spags defense in years past, not just necessarily the last two, that this defense is usually humming on all cylinders after the bye week. The last 2 seasons, we haven't seen that. They just kind of came out the gate. So it feels like Spags had to kind of put his foot in their ass to get them kind of like clicking and getting on track this week. Now, you will see that there was definitely like an increase in pressures. There was a sack. Love that. Shout out to Omar Norman Lott, the rookie, who did that's the reason why we brought him in here. We knew, one, what type of athlete he was, two, the impact that he can make on that defensive line. So it was great to see him kind of coming and ball out. Christian definitely stepped up. He probably should shut up, but you see that he did kind of like get his game back flowing. Still not a lot from George Karlaftis, so I don't know what the hell is going on there. That's actually a little bit of a disappointment to me. Charles Omenihu, that's still like a disappointment to me. Just because.
I will say the Chargers and the Eagles probably have the 2 best O-lines in the league as of right now, except maybe the Packers. Aside from that, Chargers and Eagles do have very elite O-lines. I think this next week, the Giants do not have an elite O-line by any means. So if we're not seeing George and Charles get any pressure this next week or sacks, then I think, okay, then there's some cause for concern.
My issue with that is it'd be different if it was like week 8, 9, or 10. It'd be different if we were in the middle of the season and they've been kind of like going and going and going now for weeks and weeks and weeks. Y'all are coming off of a fresh off season. Y'all have fresh legs. It's not like you're sad because you haven't had a bye week and you're just so damn tired. You know what I mean? So for them, especially players who have been in Spags defense and they already know how he operates, and you kind of know what the expectation is, you can't say you don't know the playbook because that's not an excuse. You know what I mean?
And Charles, for him, like George got paid, so I expect expectations for both of them, but Charles is trying to go out and earn a payday for himself next season.
Absolutely.
I don't know how you're not like
it shouldn't be
a level.
Where's your motor? And that's the thing. George needs to act like he's being paid.
Yeah.
Charles is like, if you're gonna be here, be here. If you're not gonna be here, get your ass on the sideline.
And George, like, we know he does a ton in the off season. He works with Tom Bahali all off season. We know he works hard. Like, I'm just not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I think Drew Tranquil still had a pretty good game. I think Trent McDuffie had a great game. Everybody is upset about the one long pass on Trent, right? And that he got called the DPI on.
Yeah.
Now, if you were watching the game last night, they did not call a DPI on it. Almost identical play. But Trent McDuffie got called for a DPI. So, of course, what that means is they're going to put the ball at the spot of the foul. So that's annoying because yesterday he was all over them. You saw him literally pulling his arm. He didn't turn his head. He didn't do anything. And so they didn't call that. So Trent gave up one. It happens.
I mean, and honestly, it was a great play by Devontae Smith. He got open. He made a great catch.
And it wasn't a touchdown. Noah Williams, dog.
Oh my gosh.
The rookies, I was
going to say, shout out to our freaking defensive rookies. My God, Ashton Gelati was flying around. Omar Norman Lott, only one with a sack. Noel Williams. Really impressive in coverage.
He did that right in front of me, and I was like, oh my God.
That was insane. I was so impressed.
Yeah.
Those three were flying. They were the ones out there playing with the most energy almost. Actually, I want to shout out Jalen Watson too. He had a really nice game. Shout out Jalen Watson. Good job.
It's good to see that he's finally, and maybe that's what we needed to see from him was maybe consistency.
We did.
Back. We didn't have a choice, so you kind of have to be out there. But I was not mad at Trent McDuffie, Watson, and Noel. I like that combination. So I was not mad at that combination at all.
No, they look phenomenal.
Jalen, we've been waiting for Jalen to show that he wasn't hurt and injured, and it finally looked like he stepped into that role this week. Now it's just going to be a matter of can you just stay consistent?
I want to get your
Cook. Brian Cook heard y'all talking shit.
He was flying around.
Them first two plays, I said,
"Oh man, he was flying around."
Yes, he was.
You know who else had a better game?
Brazil.
Jaden Hicks had a better game. Jaden Hicks looked great.
So that's why I don't know what Spags said to them.
But he said, "Y'all, that was embarrassing. Y'all got embarrassed flat out."
Why didn't we have this conversation before Brazil? Because that defense did a complete 180. They look totally different.
And I feel like we said this a lot last season, so it's going to bug me that I'm saying this again. But and it's only week 2. I understand that. We've only seen 2 weeks of this team. But if we could have had last week's offense with this week's defense, we could have won both games. Probably. But of course, they couldn't come up on the same week.
I will say the defense from the first half to the second half, they did improve, but you did notice that they were not able to stop the run game as much in the second half as they were in the first half. So in the second half, you'll notice that the Eagles really kind of like
they couldn't
plan from a run perspective, and they've kept feeding Saquon Barkley. So there were times where I was like, okay, y'all, stop the run. Okay, y'all.
I mean, Jalen Hurts dropped the ball on the first play of the game.
Yeah, and I will say that they were creating. Now that was Arrowhead. That wasn't the defense. That was.
No, I know. I'm just saying he literally dropped the ball.
It was very loud at Arrowhead.
Yes, it was.
So I know that had everything to do with that.
Through the TV, it was quite loud.
It was a very hostile environment until it was. Until it was crickets, and we were like, "What the?"
Because then you're just watching the offense not do anything for the entire once again. It's so frustrating.
We're talking about positive things first. We do have opportunity with stuff. I think definitely, and again, I think as people who watch the game and watch the film, it's important to know that everything is not going to be perfect every single week. Did this defense have vast improvements over last week? Yes. Is there still things and opportunities that they need to work on? 1,000%. They still need to get pressure. They still need to get the quarterback on the ground. There still shouldn't be only one sack in a game. We're still not creating turnovers. Creating turnovers is what leads to winning games. When the Chiefs were winning consistently, it's because the defense was always getting the ball back into Patrick Mahomes' hand. We're still not creating turnovers, and we haven't seen that through a few weeks, not even the last 2.
The thing is, too, there's good players on every team in the NFL, so plays are going to be made on you on both sides of the ball. That's something you just have to understand. But, yeah, I think something that's been frustrating a lot of Chiefs fans with this game in particular is but Jalen Hurts doesn't do well against the blitz. So I think that's why Stat blitzing him so much. But the concern was like how much they were blitzing him, and that's not sustainable either. So
which also, though, you're not doing that every week consistently. People need to also realize that you're creating a specific game plan for the team that you are playing. And you know that with the Eagles, not only do you need to have a spy, you need to be sending the blitz almost 60 to 70% of the time in the game. That is how you beat that team. We've now played them twice in our last 3 games, right? And we knew the biggest difference from the first game to literally this third game is that we weren't dialing up the blitz. There wasn't spies on Jalen or on even freaking Saquon, right? And that was the adjustment that they made, which is why the defense was successful and they were on the field and getting them off the field, right? So I get people aren't happy that there was so much blitzing, but literally on the podcast last week, we yelled, you need to make sure you're fucking
got a blitz.
All like majority of the time. And
because that's known. Jalen will panic. He holds onto the ball. He has a great O-line. If his O-line's collapsing in on him, that man is going to panic. And that's what
he was rattled. Like you said, he was rattled at the very beginning of the game. And then once halftime came and he kind of was able to settle his feet because the crowd noise went down, you seen what Jalen was able to do and how he was able to like react and adjust in the moment. So
even then, though, Jalen, in my opinion, Jalen did just enough to win. He didn't do anything that really impressed me. There wasn't a play where I was like, "Ooh, that's the Super Bowl MVP." Like it didn't.
You know what that reminds me of?
Chris Jones being salty.
That was so embarrassing. I want him to shut the hell up. But you know exactly what that reminds me of. He did just enough to win, but not too much.
Us last year, yeah.
Us the last 2 years doing just enough to win without showing too much, which is something I kind of want to talk about when we get to the offense. So I need to write this down so I don't forget because I did not write any notes out today. But it's going to come when we talk about Andy Reid. But while we're talking about the defense and what they were able to do, yes, there were definitely great things. There's still opportunity. The players who were great were great. We kind of named them. There's definitely players who have opportunity. We named them. We named those same players actually 2 weeks in a row now. So, the tush push. We got to talk about it. The reason why this is funny is because it will not be a football play next season. It will not be a football play next season. I genuinely did not expect to see kind of the outrage that I saw on socials yesterday.
No.
Literally non-Chiefs people.
You know, when some of our biggest haters are complaining about it, then you know it's bad. There are people that hate on us day in and day out, and they hated it.
When the NFL is taking down videos of their center and their 7 linemen literally lining up offsides and moving before the freaking snap, you're literally lining the ball up on the first down. What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? So the amount of outrage, and I was listening to something that was really, really good, and they were like 2 things. One, people are scared to throw the flag because they don't want to be the first person to throw the flag on the Eagles for the freaking tush push, which, A, stop being a pussy. And if that's how you feel, you maybe shouldn't be official. 2, someone said they're not close enough to see. And I was like, that's very accurate. How are you supposed to be watching a play that is happening with
in a
such
scrum,
a tight circumference, and you're standing 15 to 20 yards back? There's no way the line judge is ever going to be able to see. How do you see you see that? And there's literally like no bird's eye view. No, there's no chip in the. Well, I guess there's a chip in the football, but y'all didn't even use the virtual assessment. They used the virtual assessment when it was at the goal line. They never used it when it was like in the middle of the field or when they were doing the.
They ran the tush push like 7 times.
7 times. They ran it 7 times and they converted 7 times.
Yeah.
7.
And we were close on probably 3 or 4 of them to stopping them. But when these guys, I mean, Tom Brady called them out on the broadcast. When these guys are allowed to line up literally and false start.
On the first start now. And false start.
It's like there's no way to stop it. And it's not a fun play to watch. It's an automatic first down. Fine. I guess you guys have perfected it. It's a rugby play. It's not a football play. Eagles fans are the only ones that
can literally get. The unfortunate part is this can really hurt somebody. Jason Kelce literally spoke last year, or not last season, I guess the season before his last year when he retired, so 2 years ago. Jason Kelce literally spoke about how you're under the pile and there is 700 to 1,000 pounds on you while you're under the freaking.
I cannot believe no one's really gotten hurt from it yet.
Exactly. And I don't know what I would do if like that was Patrick Mahomes in a sense, or that was Creed Humphrey in a sense. No, I would never want to put them in that type of situation to where they could blow out their knee or their thigh or their leg.
I had an Eagles
fan. Like, what are we doing?
I had an Eagles fan bantering with me after the game saying, like, well, you're just mad that you guys can't run it. If you could run it, you do it too. And I'm like, actually, I'm not. Like, genuinely, I'm not mad that we don't run it because I don't like the play. I'm not a fan of that play.
Did you listen to Nate Taylor today when he was on 96.5?
I haven't had time, no.
Oh, because there's a conversation about that. And I was actually just listening to it when I drove home.
What did he say?
He said, here's one thing that you need to know. The quarterback sneak is not ever been ruled out. And there are certain games that they game plan for to have the quarterback sneak in. And Patrick Mahomes has the green light to pull the trigger whenever he wants to. He just doesn't because of Andy Reid. He doesn't because of Andy Reid. And he knows that Andy Reid hates for him to run it because of what happened in that Denver game. But they game plan certain games, which the Eagles game was one game where the quarterback sneak was in the game plan if they needed to pull it out and do it, and Patrick chooses not to do it.
On that 4th and 1, we totally could have done it.
I can't wait to talk about the offense.
Yeah.
The play calling was so bad.
Oh, God.
That was something we learned today. So
painfully bad.
The quarterback sneak is something that has not been universally ruled out. It is something that is there. And depending on what team we're playing and what it looks like, it is in the game plan. Patrick Mahomes chooses not to do it because of the respect that he has for Andy Reid, because he knows Andy Reid would freak out. That is why it is not being done. Fun fact. Just learned that today. And I was like, what? When I was driving home. So anyway. The tush push. So I definitely think that that's going to be a play that is going to be thrown out next season, and the Eagles should really just enjoy doing it as much as they freaking can. Right, I wouldn't either, and I think that's the main reason why they didn't do it in this game. However, it was in the game plan to where if it was an arsenal that you needed to pull out, you had it there.
Yeah, that's
something you need to do is there. You can do it.
Right.
I think, and I know we're getting ready to talk about the offense. I'll just wait till we talk about the offense. So I think this is the last year we're going to see the quarterback sneak, and I think that the Eagles are going to use it to their advantage as much as they possibly can for the rest of this year, because they're not going to change the rules on it mid-season long. Right. And I feel like it is something that is, I hate to say like cheating, but it's absolutely cheating. It's absolutely cheating.
And at this point, it feels like it because it's not called, but they know they can get away with it with the false starts, and it's just.
And nobody has the courage to throw a flag or a penalty.
No, but like, why? Like, are you afraid of being bullied by Eagles fans? I don't get it. Like,
because they're sensitive, so who cares?
They are sensitive as hell.
What else do you have to say about the defense for this game before we switch over to the offense? Because I don't have anything.
I'm about wrapped on it. I'm just very impressed with the rookies, most of all.
I'm impressed with the rookies. Overall, I'm very glad that they looked much better than they did in week 1.
They looked very, very competent.
they looked night and day, but there's still a lot of big opportunity there with that front four, with that getting pressure, getting snacks.
Snacks for sacks. Snacks for sacks.
Literally getting sacks, still blocking balls, batting balls, turnovers. There's opportunity. And Trent McDuffie literally dropped an interception.
Oh, there was multiple tipped balls. Yeah, there.
Trent had it in his hands. He had it in his hands and he dropped it. And I was like, okay, Trent. Okay, girl. What are you doing? Okay, the offense. They just were not good. They were so bad. It was so bad.
It was so bad.
Bad.
They had like,
I don't even know where
they had like 3 good drives.
I don't know to talk about how bad the running backs were because they were god awful, or to talk about.
Let's start with the running game.
I will never understand throwing the ball on 3rd and 2, but running the ball on 4th and 2. Why? And then the play calling on 4th and 1. What the hell?
And what was it, 3rd and 16, where we ran the ball? Ran the ball. 3rd and 16. You have 16 yards to go. None of your running backs have ran that many yards even like this season.
Patrick Mahomes is the leading rusher.
Right. Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco each have 47 yards total.
Okay. I really love the person who sits next to me at the Chiefs game. That's my dog. When I walked up today, he was like, my favorite podcaster. I was like, oh, we've been sitting next to each other for 3 seasons now. In this week. Why are we not using Kareem Hunt? 3rd and short, goal line. What are we doing? 2nd and
I literally was live tweeting begging not to take out Kareem Hunt.
What are we doing? Why are we not? Listen, I love Isaiah Pacheco. Here's some positives about him. Does he have his burst? Yes. Does he look 100% healthy? Yes. Is he fast as hell? Yes. Is he an athlete? Yes. He might need LASIK. That's it. He's very good at all of these things. He cannot see the hole. There was
when he finds the hole, he had like one. Yeah.
Go ahead. There was literally right on the right side between Creed and Trey. Gap. Wide ass gap. Why are you running directly behind?
Why did you go to the left? Why did you go to Kingsley?
Go into the hole. Stop running behind the man. What are you doing?
Trey Smith could not wait to pancake people for you, Pacheco. He couldn't wait. He was so ready. Oh, and then he runs behind Kingsley, and you're just watching it, and it's like, how are you running behind Kingsley there?
He did it on the other side of the ball, too. And I will say that's what I'm seeing from Isaiah Pacheco. He's not, and I mean, besides that, I get it. He's attempting to start running behind his guy. The thing is your guards are not going to continue running to create space. They're literally stopping the man that's in front of them, which means you're going to stop. You need to be able to bounce off of them and make room to get through the hole, get through the gap. And you're continuing to just run behind either your center or your guard. And it's never working. The only reason why it works for Kareem Hunt, which you never seen Kareem Hunt get a ton of big bursts, is because he's literally just going for 1 or 2 or maybe 3 yards, but 1 or 2 yards. That is the major difference between those two. And if Isaiah is going to continue to try to follow the path of Kareem, they are 2 different styles of player. And I don't know what.
They're very different.
I don't know what the disconnect is because they're very different when it comes to the style of the game. Isaiah Pacheco can smoke anybody. He will outrun anybody. But if you're not running through the gap and giving yourself that ability to bounce off to go be free, I don't know. I don't know what to say. And this is now 2 weeks of kind of seeing the same consistent thing. And while I keep going on my rant, everybody's yelling about how much they hate Matt Nagy. You're not mad at Matt Nagy for the play calling. You're mad at him because he can't develop. You're not developing these receivers.
Right.
You're not developing these running backs. You're not developing these tight ends. These guys should be better at their roles than what they are. That's what you're supposed to be teaching them during training camp. And clearly, you're not teaching gap awareness.
And the thing is, like, during training camp, during preseason, we didn't see much of our run game at all. And we're like, oh, well, they're just saving it so they're not getting injured, right? No, like, it's almost as if they didn't like hardly work on it. And I don't know how you go from the Super Bowl where you play a team that has the most threatening run game in the league with Saquon Barkley, if not Derrick Henry on the Ravens, either one. Mm-hmm. You see what those teams are able to do on offense when you have a respectable run game. We don't have a respectable run game right now. And you're not scaring teams away with what you have. So it, like, for me, I know we have a new running back coach this year and who I love actually, but it's not, I don't know if he and Andy Heck just aren't on the same page.
Andy Heck, Spags.
That's just not.
I'm sorry. Him, Andy Heck. I just said his name. Oh, see, Nagy. That's what those three are supposed to be figuring out, and they're not. They're not. And you, I don't want to hear it's because it's the veterans and they should know. No, you literally have to teach these dudes. Mm-hmm. You literally have to teach them how to be better. You can't go off on assumption because they're a veteran or a two-time champ or whatever they are, and you just assume they know what they're doing. No, the offensive line is completely different from what it was when they started.
Correct.
So it's very frustrating. Elijah Mitchell.
Sitting on the bench.
The money wasted that could have literally went to literally anybody. Like literally, it could have
went $3 million to sit on the bench.
And we're not going to see him. That's the unfortunate thing. I don't think
I was a big fan of him on the Niners, but the Niners run scheme, we know how good their run scheme is. Like, we don't have what that run scheme had. So it's not going to be the same player here. I think if we are going to see, I don't know how you lose the Super Bowl the way you did and not come up with a better plan at running back for your next season. They did
not do anything at all.
They didn't do anything.
They said we're gonna go get Rashad Smith in the 7th round, and we still don't use him either. So,
and we don't use him. He doesn't have a chance.
He does, and that's the thing. Rashad Smith used to be a wide receiver, and then he went to SMU and he turned into a running back, which SMU has been balling in the AAC. If you haven't paid attention, ACC. Sorry, they have been balling down there. So bringing him up here, we're not. Not only are we not using him, there's so many ways that you could use him. You could use him as a receiver if you wanted to. You can use him as that. There's no screenplays. We're not doing anything anymore. There's no jet sweeps. We took all of that away when McKinnon and Mecole left, and I don't understand why when they left, those plays left. Like,
well, I think Xavier would be in on those, but we lost him the first week, so I think that's where that went a little bit, to be honest.
And then we're scared that Hollywood is glass and he might break. So
yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't know why they don't give.
But they could do that with Rashad Smith, is what I'm saying.
Rashard or Taekwon.
Low key Isaiah. Do it with Pacheco. You know he's not going to be able to get through a gap, and he's fast and he can catch. What's the worst you got at this point? Let's switch over to the wide receiver room. Hollywood Brown is here.
He actually made some great catches. He made some great catches. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he made some great catches. Yeah,
he did.
It was a big game from him, but it was a quiet game.
It wasn't like he did anything insane, but like I was rewatching it today, and he had like 3 catches where I was like, damn, he caught that. Okay. I mean, I overlooked it, I think, a little bit because it wasn't like There was one, it was maybe 9 yards down the field, right? But the Eagles were just pouncing on him. And I mean, he did not fumble the ball. I was like, okay, good.
But that's what happens when you only have kind of like one receiver. Everybody's flying towards you, right? Their secondary is going to fly towards him.
I really thought they would get Juju more involved. I don't know where he was.
The play calling is so frustrating.
It's so bad.
It's so frustrating because why would you not involve Juju in this game? Why would you not involve Noah Gray? Why have we still not seen Bob Tonyan? Why are we not running 2 or 3 tight end sets? Like, why are we not running jumbo against like the Eagles? The one thing about them, all of them are like 500 pounds each. Like every single body on that team is like 1,000 pounds. So for us to not be utilizing our big guys going against these guys, and I get it. They're like, well, we play smaller, faster guys. They can get past the big guys. Cool, whatever. But you're not even utilizing the guys that you have. In a 3rd and 16, I would love to see you throw the ball to Noah Gray or Juju or Bob Tonyan.
And then block it and let them get – it's just – I don't get it. I would love to see more of Robert Tonyan, Bob Tonyan, Big Bob. Would love to see more of him.
So the question
is, wait, I have a comment about Noah Gray too. He's been a little quiet and not catching a lot. I've noticed him targeted and he's kind of not, they're just not quite in sync. I don't know if that's fully Mahomes or him, but the synchronicity is not there.
Getting what, 2 targets a game?
Correct, but you need to catch those 2 targets. If they're like the one went right through his hands this game. I'm like, okay. You're not getting a lot of targets and you're not going to get more if you're not catching the ones you get.
Very true. Very true. But that's very accurate because catch the damn ball and you've been on his team for too long. So 100% agree.
And he's usually someone Mahomes trusts and can go to. So for him, they're just not on the same page for some reason. I don't know.
But I also think that could also maybe be because when you look at the long list of guys that pass throwing the ball to, he's not at the very top. Like everybody else, he's probably more at the bottom. Juju's above him. Hollywood's above him. Travis is above him. Tyquan is above him. So he's probably not getting nearly. Most of his reps this training camp probably came with Gardner. They didn't come with Pat. So if you kind of look at it like in that way, then yeah, they're definitely out of sync. But also, you can't give up on the guy who has been balling out for you the last 2 or 3 years.
Right.
But if that's the case and you want to give up on him, cool. Get somebody else active. Where is Juju? Where is Robert Tonyan?
Someone.
You can't continue to go after the same 1 and 2 people, and it ain't working. Like you're not getting the first downs. We're not getting the touchdowns. We're not getting these things. So, but however, when I think about the wide receiver. When I think about the wide receiver room, I can't be pissed because you're missing 2 of your top guys. So,
yeah, I mean, I've been bantering with Eagles fans. Like they actually have not been nearly as miserable as they were after the Super Bowl because I think they know their team didn't look all that spectacular either. They just got away with the win because we turned over the ball once on downs and then once in the end zone. So. You can't make those mistakes, and we need more discipline. We are lacking discipline these first few weeks, which is really frustrating. But I think this game, if this game were played even like week 6 or 7, these teams are going to look a lot different. But you're feeling the absence of Rice and Worthy, and I think what's frustrating is we lost Worthy last week, and our offense adjusted better into the second half against the Chargers than they did into this entire game when you knew you weren't going to have Worthy the whole game. So I don't know how you're not adjusting. I don't know. I just
want to also say that I do not like the new play announcer guy.
Oh yeah. That's so lame.
Oh, it was so you know how the old guy
our jinx. Is that like our jinx this season?
There's lots of jinxes this season. All the dudes cut their hair. Why? We got a new PA announcer. New KC Wolf guy. I'm like, what is this? I don't like it.
Too much change all at once.
Calm the hell down. Okay. I don't like it. You know how old guy would be like, it's 3rd down.
Yeah, right? So I know. It's a
The new guy? This is what he does. Oh my God, it's so.
Oh no, what do you do?
It'd be different if we weren't losing, because then I'll be like, okay, I hate it. He
What did he
goes
do?
third down, and then he holds it down.
Oh.
We all looked at each other like, what the what was that? Get that out of here. It was awful. It was awful. It was so bad. I'm gonna give him another try for the Ravens game. Stop doing that. It was bad. And it don't help that A, they got the first down. B, we losing. So everybody's like, cut this shit out. Get this shit out.
Terrible.
So bad, y'all. Guy next to me snuck a vape in. I was like, how'd you get that in here? Anyway, none of these things matter. I'm like, these are all distractions. None of these things matter.
Oh my God.
The wide receiver room will be immediately better as soon as we get 1 and 2 back. That's it. I do want to talk about them wearing the free Rashee Rice shirts. Why? Whose decision was that?
I feel like it was a mix of Taekwon and Hollywood. Taekwon and Hollywood.
What are we freeing him from?
They're all, our wide receiver room are best friends. Like, they love each other. Those are brothers. They love each other. So they're just ridiculous. They're young. They're immature.
Not think to like maybe run this through Patrick Mahomes first.
I couldn't believe Travis Kelce wore it. Travis wore one. I couldn't believe that.
So like,
but he was like, all right.
Well, yeah, he gonna support his guy. He don't care. I'm just like, so all of y'all put your brains together and thought this was a good idea. It's week 2. We can't even say it's because you got hit hard and you hit the ground. I thought it was a terrible idea, but it is what it is. We're here now.
It is. Honestly, it is what it is. They probably shouldn't have done it, but oh well.
No, they shouldn't have. Now, I will say this. I think everybody needs to, once we get Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy back, this offense is going to be 10 times better. And we just got to continue to pray for the day. As long as Xavier Worthy can stay healthy.
Right. We'll be good. I firmly believe this. I firmly believe that a positive I took away from this game is that, with the Worthy injury and the Rice suspension, is that Mahomes is now getting time to build that connection with Taekwon, which I kind of love. It's been off on the first few throws of each game, but then they kind of figure it out as it goes. And I think if you can get a guy like Taekwon in week 7 with Rashee, with Xavier, with Hollywood, with Juju, with Travis, all these guys together, I think that's going to be a beautiful sight to see. And I think then we're going to be like, okay, now granted, knock on every single piece of wood you have that everyone stays healthy until then. But I think if we get a few games with these guys all together, I think you're going to be like, this is the offense we've been dreaming of seeing for a long time.
Oh, yeah, it's going to come 100%. They're working on getting that deep ball to Thornton together. Clearly, the way that they keep going after it, they're working on it.
But I love that because he has the deep ball connection with Worthy. We know he has it with Rice. If you can get that with Taekwon too, and then you have all 3 of them, you have 3 deep threats that are legit deep threats.
Gotta stay healthy. Gotta talk about the tight end room.
Not every piece of wood, but
facts. Gotta talk about the tight end room. I don't really have much to say about the offensive line. They looked okay. I think that there were a couple of times where Kingsley got beat. I think that I do want to see a little bit more from like Trey Smith and Creed, to where like they were good, but like y'all got to hold the line a little bit longer. And I expect that from that right side of the line. I shouldn't question the right side of the line like I do the left side, because they're rookies over there. They need to be leading by example. And there were a few times where that pocket did collapse in on Pat. And that's a problem. It shouldn't be coming from their side. It should be coming from the left
problem
side.
is
been pretty good.
it happened during the Super Bowl too. Creed and Trey collapsed a few times during the Super Bowl as well. And
Absolutely.
I love Creed and Trey. I wouldn't replace them if I could, but like you gotta step it up.
You need to show why. You need to show why you guys are being paid so much money. So,
and honestly,
I love them, and I usually never give them criticism. I need to see a little bit more from them in this section, because they were kind of getting their butts handed to them a little bit. Now,
I want to say Juwan Taylor. He had one penalty, but aside from that, he did not.
It was good. He was really good. Juwan Taylor was really good. And I specifically yelled at people in my section. Get this dude off the team. I was like, please shut the hell up. How many penalties does Chris Jones have today? Chris Jones had like 3 penalties. Nobody said anything about that. Juwan Taylor had 1. Get over it. Is he still the highest? Yes, he is. Did he clean it up from week 1 to week 2? He absolutely did. Get the hell off of his back. Now it's just a matter of him needing to be consistent with that. But I need Creed and Trey to do a little bit more. Kingsley, okay.
Kingsley is like
it was very up and down. There were sometimes I was like, okay,
roller coaster.
I was like, Kingsley looks really good, and then I was like, damn, he got beat. Damn, he got beat.
It's like he'll have like a few good reps in a row, and then he'll get beat really bad, and you're just like, it's like watching an actual roller coaster ride. But I will say, Josh Simmons, quite impressive for 2 weeks. And stopped a pick six from happening. That man can run.
That boy can run. That boy got the jets. That boy got the jets. That is for sure. Oh my goodness. I tried to plug my laptop up and it got so much brighter. So yeah, I think it's important to talk about Travis Kelce dropping the ball in the end zone. So not only did Harrison Butker not get 3 points on the board, Travis Kelce held us back from 6 points on the board. There was 10 total points.
I want to talk about special teams separately for a minute after Travis, but yeah.
Yeah, but there was 10 points that should have been on the board. The Chiefs should have won this game. There is no reason the Chiefs lost.
At the very least, it should have been tied.
Absolutely. But the thing is if Travis catches the touchdown, then the Eagles then we punt, and then they have to take the ball all the way back to score. We gave them the ball back at damn near midfield, a little over midfield. And that was actually the second time, which goes back to my yelling about Andy Reid about play calling, because you're going for a 4th and 2, 1, whatever. And you're already giving them great field position because you did a bonehead call. So, like, we gave them great field advantage multiple times in this game, which is another reason why we lost this game. It's boneheaded mistakes. Now, here's the thing. People don't want to give Travis Kelce criticism, and I think that's really unfortunate. I personally,
everyone on this team is worth like, you can criticize anyone on this team if they don't make a boneheaded decision.
I've been yelling at Travis Kelce since 2014. So me yelling at Travis Kelce in 2025 ain't no different from me yelling at him then. I actually hate Travis yelling at Juwan Taylor last week on the sidelines and embarrassing him because, yeah, he did something dumb as hell with all the penalties. And then nobody can give him criticism. He can't talk to the media now. He's too good. Who the hell is this dude? That's never been Travis Kelce. So I don't know what this energy is that he's bringing, but that's not the killer Trav that I've been knowing. And he's also a 13-year vet, played 12 years in this league. The fact that you can't even take your own criticism when I've seen you do it for years and years and years when you've done something wrong. I've seen you get ejected out of games and be like, damn, that's my fault, y'all. I got to take accountability for that. I've seen you get penalties that you shouldn't have got. I've seen you drop the ball several times and taking accountability for it. Now you can't. Now you can yell at people. You can't motivate your sideline. You're not being the leader that I expect you to be. And now you too good to talk to the media. You're going to talk about it on New Heights tomorrow. You're going to take accountability for tomorrow and be like, that's my fault. I shouldn't have did that, just like you did last week. I don't like that. And I want more from him because I know who he is and who he has been. And I'm not going to let no new Chiefs fans try to tell me differently about the Travis Kelce that's been on this team for a long time. I expect so much more from him as a leader. So much more from him as a leader. Having a drop is not a big deal if you acknowledge it. He made it worse by not saying anything. He could have been like, that's my bad, y'all. I fucked up. And he didn't do that. That's the problem for me because it's week 2. You can have a bad game. It happens. Don't nobody care. You're going to get it. You're going to get it back next week. We're not worried about you. You're going to get your 10 touchdowns. You're going to get your 1,000 yards this year. We're not worried about you. But acting like you can't do that in the moment, that's a problem for me. And I expect way more from him because guess what Patrick Mahomes did? He took accountability for it and he said it was his fault. And it wasn't. Because, Travis, you had 2 hands on the ball. You had 2 hands on the ball. We just yelled at Noah Gray. You had 2 hands on the ball and didn't catch the ball, Noah. What the hell? What the hell he on? So that's all. I just expect more from him. But he absolutely did drop a touchdown that was energy shifting. And Arrowhead went silent. It was nasty in that stadium. It was disgusting. And then shout out to Josh Simmons. I don't know what we would do without Joshua Simmons because he saved a touchdown and turned on the freaking jet. And did you see what Travis Kelce did as soon as the play ended? Did you see like what he did? Did you see how he kind of gave up on the play and didn't even run? Don't know who that man is. Never seen him do that before. So I expect more from him. Sorry. You're talking, you're on mute. I'm like, you're
no wonder. Oh my God. I didn't even know I was on mute. How did that happen?
Yes, I'm like, you're on mute.
I've been trying to chime in and I'm like, okay, she's not hearing me. Oh my
God. You get on mute. I'm like, you're on mute. I don't know what happened.
Good God. Okay, here we go. Yes, I was trying to say, yes, I hated how he, like, I don't understand what went through his head after he dropped it and then he just like stopped. There was no pursuit to try to get the ball. I mean, I'm like, why did you just give up on that? Like, that was on you. That was not.
I've never seen him do that before.
I will call Mahomes out if he throws a dumbass pick. I will call Mahomes out for it. This one wasn't on Mahomes. This was on Travis. Mahomes placed the ball in front of you where you need to be able to catch it. Mahomes placed it so that the defender couldn't get it, and then the defender still ended up with it. Now, I want to say, Makuba, safety for the Eagles, rookie. He is a hell of a player. He's going to be a dog. He was good. Yeah. He had a great game. He was like their defense standout to me. So credit to him for making that play and having the awareness and then finding the holes in our offense to run half the way down the field. Yeah, but
it looks a little bit like Tyrann Mathieu back in his day, low key.
I think the thing we're going through with Travis right now, and it's not going to be everyone's favorite answer, and it's not an excuse. We all know that whatever he says after the game is going to get taken to new heights, right? Because that's where he's at now in life. And it's frustrating. And we are used to like having him talk to the media after games. And he doesn't even have a whole lot of media requirements anymore, which I kind of hate because he is such a leader on this team. He's one of the longest tenured vets on this team. So you see Patrick Mahomes and Chris Jones are required every single week.
He denied media Sunday.
Well, let me get there. Patrick Mahomes and Chris Jones every week are actually required to speak to the media. But not only that, they would speak to you regardless because they are leaders acting like that. And I think Travis, he is one of everyone's favorite teammates, right? We all know his teammates love him. But like you said, they're not like he got in Juwan's face last week, which I was a fan of. I was like, okay, I like that you're holding Juwan accountable, right? Because no one was doing that beforehand and it was 4 penalties. It was ridiculous, whatever. If someone wants to get in Travis's face and be like, bro, you can't be doing that. Like that just, like you said, it took the air out of the stadium. It killed the momentum. It killed every chance of momentum we had to win the game. It was frustrating to watch.
One of the drives where they went,
and then to just like sit there, to just sit there. I don't know. It didn't make sense. Yeah, he will own it on the podcast. We know he's going to go on New Heights tomorrow and say how much he regrets it and it's on him and he owns it and he's there for his dogs and his team and he's gonna make it up next week.
Because he could have literally went in front of Chiefs media and been like, yeah, that's my bad, and then had a whole different conversation about it on Wednesday.
Because you notice, like Trent McDuffie, he went in, he spoke to the media after. Leo Chanel spoke to the media after. A lot of these guys spoke to the media, even if they weren't in the actual press conference. They still stuck around in the locker room. It sounds like Travis was kind of just in and out, which just doesn't, it's not my favorite thing. I do think they went to do anyway. He will take accountability for it. We'll see how he shows up next week and responds. But yeah, I think it's fair to hold everyone to the same standard, whether you're a big celebrity now. I understand that, but I think you should still be held to the standard if you're going to be on this team and playing. And we love Travis. Like, don't get us wrong. We love Travis Kelce, but you got to be held to the same standards as everyone else at the same time.
Absolutely. And what does your teammates say? Oh, you can't apologize to us because we got to wait to hear it on podcast? Okay.
I don't know what he does in private. I don't know if he said anything in private.
But that's like what I'm thinking though. Like, so now we got to wait literally Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to hear you talk.
Wednesday by the time we hear it.
Let me tell you why I'm pissed off by Wednesday. Because I don't give a damn about the Eagles game. We focused on the Giants. We don't even care. We are on to the Giants.
Right.
Get it over with. That's why I'm like, literally just do your thing. He could have even went on the sideline and just been like, what did CD Lamb do when he dropped 3 catches in the Eagles game and the Cowboys could have won that game on the banner night for Philly?
Yeah.
He literally went on the sideline, and CD Lamb makes a ton of freaking money for the Cowboys. Okay. The boy got on all the grills, all the chains, all the things. Very first thing he did on the sideline, I was like, that's my bad. That's my bad. Like, when players when players fuck up, they apologize. That's probably the easiest way to say that. So I don't know. I do know if that is who Travis Kelce is going to be all season long, I am not happy. So I really hope that is not his energy for the whole season, because if that is his energy, that is nasty. So I just really hope that's not it. I don't want to see him yelling at dudes, not being able to apologize, and not being able to talk to the media because his head is big. So
again, I don't know what he does in his spare time. He might have said something to Juwan after, like, I'm sorry I got in your, I don't know. But
I hope he did. Well, actually, no, I don't want him to apologize for it. No, Juwan,
he has to apologize, but
you should not be headbutting people. You shouldn't headbutt people.
Well, Travis, he has, we know.
Don't headbutt people. He has an attitude problem. Yes, we know. He's had it his whole life. You know what I'm saying?
He's gotten better, but
he's our training for.
He's had it. Yeah.
He's grown up. It's been there, but you can't headbutt people, and then because now it's like, and oh my God, the crowd.
Because you can say that Juwan cost us the game with his penalties the week before, but now you can say that Travis cost us this one. So it goes both ways.
Well, and if you look at last week, Travis, you fucking killed Xavier Worthy. Like, what are we doing? Like what are we doing? Xavier Worthy, you know that Travis freestyles all the time. You should maybe make sure that you're not sitting where he thinks you're sitting. Because you weigh 106 pounds. Oh, God bless America. Let's talk about Andy Reid and the play calling going into this Giants game, because the play calling has been awful the last 3 football games for the Chiefs. That includes playing the Eagles twice.
Is he like his own worst enemy right now? I mean, is he in his own head? Like, is he? I don't know.
Nate Taylor said he's coaching scared. And I was like, you're not wrong. So here's the thing. I feel like for years
he is, but what is that? Like Tammy needs to whip his ass into shape. Come on, Tammy.
Girl, okay, because I know she's spicy.
I know she is. We know she is. Listen, you and I sat next to them at a football game last fall, and we saw she is spicy.
Okay, Tammy, I love her.
I love her.
The queen. Respect the queen. I love her. But I will say, I feel like for years we would always be like, oh, Andy Reid is coaching conservative and he's saving some of that for the playoffs. That ain't it. I think
That's not it right now. That's not it right now.
I think very much now teams know how to play the Chiefs. And I think Andy may be struggling with creating new creative things, which is why I don't like Matt Nagy, because Matt Nagy's not creative. He's a yes man.
We need a new voice. We need some kind of new something to spice it up, because this is not working.
In the group chat yesterday, if the Chiefs go 0-3, somebody better be fired. And that sounds really crazy. I know that sounds like, Jodi, it's 3 weeks. What you mean? Somebody has to be fired if we go 0-3. I don't care who it is. It can't be Andy. It can't be Spags. Pick whoever it can't be Dave Merritt. Pick whoever else you would like. It can't be Coach Toad. Pick whoever else you like. Those four.
We're talking offensive side. Defensive side, special teams, I'm fine. Offensive side, we got to shake it up.
Lexi, if the Chiefs go 0-3 this week, somebody better be fired by Tuesday. I'm so
serious. I refuse.
I can't. So,
I don't know what I will do if we go 0-3.
Andy Reid is an offensive genius, but I think Andy Reid is stuck in his old ways, and there's nothing wrong with that.
He's stuck in a funk right now, and we all see it.
And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But if you're not going to use Patrick to help you be creative to come up with new things, which I guess they have, for 8 years now, you might need somebody new and innovative. And that's not an Eric Bieniemy either. You know what I mean? That is literally going to, you know who, y'all not going to like me. Y'all not going to like me.
Oh, no.
Y'all not going to like me. What's Dougie P doing? What is Dougie P doing? Not nothing. He not working.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that idea.
Go get Dougie P.
I also support. Now listen, he can come back on the plane with us. Kafka. I would like to put Kafka back.
Would not hate that.
He can come back on the plane.
My thing is, what has Coach Nagy taught us? He don't do the play calling. That's Andy Reid, cool, but he's not helping to create new plays, and he don't know how to develop players. That is what Matt Nagy is lagging. And if he cannot help create new innovative ways for this team to grow and prosper and be better and adjust and adapt in the moment and help your offensive. Here's the thing. I like to think I'm a lot like Andy Reid. Okay. I'm pretty good from a management, selling, building businesses, creative standpoint. I can run a business. I can flip a business. I can make your business go green. I can do all of these things. But if I had somebody beside me, like my assistant, who can give me a creative idea and it literally just creates the spark,
right,
and do everything else. I just need you to tell me that one or two things, and then from there I can build a dynasty, right?
Well,
Andy Reid does not have that right now with anybody. There's
what I'm having? I'm having flashbacks to. Do you remember last season when they do a press conference once a season, where they talk to every single coordinator? Yeah. And they talked with Joe Blameyer, however you say his last name last year. Yeah. And he said he's our passing game coordinator. And he literally said that he's scared because he doesn't want to mess Mahomes' career up because he's so talented and special, that he's scared to game plan for him. We cannot have, I don't know if he really meant that or if it just came off that. He said those words.
Meant exactly the words.
We can't have that in the building. I stand by that. And if we are having people that are scared to push our offense, please get them out. Please get them out. I want someone who wants to push our offense and make them better. Because right now the product is stale and people know exactly what we're doing. The 4th and 1 was the most predictable thing we could have ever ran. The Eagles sniffed it right out.
Yes, they did. And that happened several times last year. Here's the thing that people need to realize about Patrick Le'Veon Mahomes II. Yeah, he's having one of his best years ever right now. So I don't think there's anything you can do
this team to win. He is doing what he. Yeah.
I can't wait to tweet Bobby in 2 weeks and be like, when can I push the MVP campaign? Right. I know if I do it right now, he gonna yell at me. I gotta wait. I'm gonna wait 2 more. I'm gonna wait till after the Ravens game. Okay. Because I'm going to push the MVP agenda. Because Patrick is playing out of his damn mind right now. He's playing out of his mind. There's nothing.
And he's getting no credit because we're not winning.
Because the offense is terrible. But
because the play calling is horrid.
If that's the case, let's talk about Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen last year when they both were MVP candidates and they were behind Patrick Mahomes in the Chiefs.
Right.
But whatever. We'll get into that later once we finally get a win under our belt. Patrick Mahomes is playing out of his mind.
We just need a win. We just need a win to get the sail back into our ship. Whatever the saying
but
is.
Patrick had now two
win back in our sails.
He's had 2 over my dead body games. So if you have a coordinator that is scared to game plan for Patrick Mahomes, who you think Patrick won't be like, I like this, but let's change this, or let's add this, or let's do this, or go on the fly and do something different when he's on the field, you're crazy. You don't need to be in this organization because one thing Patrick is going to do is always give a creative insight. He's always going to give an input. He's always going to say what maybe we could do differently. So the game plan has to be better going into the Giants game. You want to know another fun fact that people don't know about the Chiefs versus the Giants, Lexi?
Oh, I know.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that the Chiefs have never won on the road to the Giants, which is disgusting. They're 0-7.
Well, wait. Do we want to give our rookie of the game or anything, or do we just want to move on?
No, I don't want to. No,
all right. But rookies, we are impressed.
Did a great job. Until we get a win, I ain't crowning nobody.
I am so sorry our team's not winning, rookies, because you guys are killing it.
The rookies and Patrick Mahomes. High five to all of them.
Oh, and quick shout out Nico Remigio. Had a great game as a punt returner. Great game. Came up clutch when we needed a catch. Put him in more.
You see what happened when they let him be a receiver? Let Nico be a receiver.
Let Nico cook. He had
a great camp. You saw what he did in the Super Bowl.
Sorry, I had to shout him out. He was too good.
Get Nico freaking activated. Simple.
That's all I gotta say.
So the Chiefs are 0-7 against the Giants on the road. If you didn't know, this week is a road game against the Giants. So technically, odds are against us to win. We should lose if you're going off of historic facts. Now, another thing is when this game opened, I have not went and looked. I guess I could do that right now. It opened at a 5.5 line in the favorites of the Chiefs. And I laughed because imagine thinking the Chiefs are going to win by 5.5. They're not. They're going to literally win this game by 1 point. And I want everybody to mentally prepare for that.
Literally.
What the line is right now. What thoughts do you have about the Giants game?
So Russell Wilson clearly earned his spot for another week. He had a fantastic game last week against the Cowboys.
Yes,
threw a horrible pick in the overtime to lose them the game, pretty much. But aside from that, Russell looked good all game. They have good weapons. Malik Neighbors is a beast. Wan'Dale Robinson went off for them. He had 29 points on my bench, which was wonderful. However, I think the Cowboys' secondary is booty cheeks. And
absolutely.
Russell Wilson always puts up a fight against us, but he doesn't do that well against Spags. Spags can do enough against him to where I think we can and should win this game. I don't trust their offense enough. The Giants' locker room is having issues. They've been talking about it during the week. Dexter Lawrence is frustrated. It's just still not a great franchise at the moment.
Neighbors cooked
he almost had 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Oh my God. McDuffie and Neighbors, I'm excited for.
Absolutely. That's what I was waiting to say about how Malik Neighbors went crazy once you finished, but woo!
Yeah, he went nuts. The one thing I will say so far, 2 weeks into the season, they have a bottom 3 run stop defense. So if our running game can't get going, this is one of my keys to the game. If our running game can't get going on their run defense, then we have a real problem.
Expectations. Lower them. We are like the bottom 2. We are out of 32 teams, 30 in the run game.
Who's below us? Who could be worse?
I just read it. Was it the Browns? Bingo. Brown. Give me a second. Let me find it. I was reading it earlier and I was like, that's not funny. I said, that's not funny at all. That's not funny.
The thing, everyone plays their best against us. It's prime time. It's Sunday Night Football. They're also 0-2 and went to overtime last week where they probably should have won. So people are like, oh, you're going to beat the Giants. It's easy. It's going to be a get-right game. No, it's not. This is not how. That's not Chiefs football. Andy Reid does not play smash mouth football. I don't know if y'all have noticed that. We don't beat teams like that. We don't blow anyone out.
I'm laughing because you know what you sound like right now.
What?
Very, very demure, very mindful. That's what you sound like. We don't win. We don't beat teams like that. We don't blow people out. We're not that. It's not when you said that, I was like very demure, very mindful. Very That's exactly what I heard. I will say I am.
We will get to Chiefs Ravens next week. I can only focus on one game at a time.
God bless America. No.
If we go, yeah, I cannot. We're not going there.
Say I think keys to the game for this week. Of course, like I think the defense is going to feast. I think they're going to have a time with that Giants offense, and that is great. I think that is going to be the game that actually. I already think that this week 2 game against the defense was a very good boost for them, but I think that Giants game might put them. I think we see a turnover. Like I think they create turnovers. I think it's a pick. You know what I mean? I think that's going to be the all right. We've heard y'all. We're back. Yeah. I think for the defense specifically.
Yeah.
You know, it would be nice to get the field and bring out a Jameis Winston. Why not? Let's go through the whole quarterback room for the Giants. Why not? Malik Neighbors, though, they're gonna have to have an answer for that.
For sure. And Rondell Robinson, because he went off last week as well.
Just getting ready to say that he went off week 1 too. So I mean, they're gonna have to have an answer for those guys. But I do think that the first 2 games of the season were like, woo. Okay, it feels a lot like last year where they started very heavy, like 2 heavyweight games, and now you're like, okay, now it feels like we're finally at not the lull, but like we can finally get our feet settled to who we are as a team. So
I pray
the defense should definitely step up in this game. So for me, with the defense, it's create turnovers, retain the turnover. Like, don't just bat the ball down. Don't just put your hands on the ball. Like, create the actual turnover and give the ball back.
Right. Actually turn the ball over.
Like, please.
Because we've been we had a few chances during the Chargers game too. Both games. We've been real close to turning the ball over, but we just don't actually create the turnover.
I don't know if Trent definitely needs to change his gloves or what.
Right.
But something. Travis, y'all need to both go get y'all yellow gloves back. Don't know what it is. Go get your yellow gloves and never take them off. Because Trent keeps dropping picks. And I'm like, okay. I
would love to see a rookie pick. Noel Williams, please.
I think he'll definitely be due this season.
Listen. I think we will
want to see more of Noel. Like, continue to use him, continue to keep him out there in these like high, fast-paced games so we can see what that depth looks like through the season. Because unfortunately, last year our corner room was injured a lot. So you need to continue to keep sharpening the iron for Noel because we may need him late when it matters the most.
Right.
Offense, you said run the ball. We need to run the ball. Here's my thing. If you're gonna run the ball on 4th and 2 and not 3rd and 2, don't run the damn ball. If you're going to continue to run into your guard and not into your gap and literally make an adjustment, like I don't want to say again that I'm tired of seeing you run into the guard. Make an adjustment.
I really, really hope they're actively working on that this week. And like I said, the Giants defense has not been good the first 2 weeks at stopping the run. So if we can build some confidence in our running back room, because I just think so much confidence is lacking because they get taken out after 5 attempts, and then that's pretty much it, right? So they're confident,
Well,
like.
But Andy Reid is also like, I ain't gonna keep going. What did you keep running in a damn Trey Smith?
Right, I know. It's like, it's just.
It's a double-edged sword that is continuing to, like, come on.
So they need to work with each other and figure out, Andy Reid, you need to teach these guys. Your owner needs to teach these guys where the gaps are.
His guys in check. That's his guy's job. That's the rest of your coordinator's job.
That's the running back coach's job right now, is to.
Him and Matt Nagy need to be in the gym shooting, figuring this out, and they not. Also, just, let us see some Rashad Smith snaps.
Might as well. Couldn't
At
get
this
any
point,
worse.
it can't get worse because you're wasting money with Elijah Mitchell. So you might as well get Rashad out there.
Or give Elijah a shot. I don't care. It can get worse. So give him a shot. You're paying him money. He's here.
At least we know Rashad will be here next season. I would like to see a little bit more of him. You've already
I would too, but
maybe with the Elijah Mitchell, maybe they're trying to save him for the later half of the year. I don't know. I like to see Rashad Smith. That I do agree to. I would. How do we get Robert Tonyan involved? Right? Like, how do we now? I think the game plan is going to be very interesting. One, I think Andy might wait till the very last minute to say that Xavier Worthy is active.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because Giants game planning, right? I don't think they're going to wait. I think they'll wait to the very last second to say that he's active. I actually think he is going to be active this week.
I agree.
And the thing is I think if the Chiefs would have won last week, then maybe they would have gave him one more week. We're kind of like 911.
We're desperate.
I hate to say that because it's week 3. But I also literally just said if we lose another game,
football isn't a time. It's not baseball. You don't have a lot of games to get right. You have 15 more chances to get right.
And we're looking like right now, get to the playoffs. We can't even talk 1 seed.
No.
We might not have that conversation all year.
That's going to be the Bills. The Bills are going to be the 1 seed, barring anything insane. They're
got to get to the playoffs. Okay.
The Bills' schedule is the most cupcake ass crap I've ever seen, but that's how the NFL goes, and that's So
I was like, it feels like the NFL gave Josh Allen the 1 seed, and they want to give the Chargers the division.
The West. They do not. They are tired of the Chiefs
building. I'm like, huh?
It's gonna be really, really hard for us to get back to. If we want to get back to the Super Bowl, it's gonna be really hard because that's 4 years in a row that we'd be playing in it, and people are tired of us.
Patrick Mahomes is having one of the best seasons of his career after 2 games. Like, I think,
but you gotta turn these into wins now.
And that's not solely on him.
They're not on him.
That's on his running backs getting first downs, his tight ends not dropping the ball, his defense getting turnovers, his defense scoring on turn. Like, he can't do it all, and he's trying to do it all right now. So, I would say, with the Giants game, I don't want to say run the ball if we're not going to convert, because I saw what happened last week. But no, they definitely need to continue to run the ball. I think maybe Isaiah Pacheco's not your 1. Maybe it's Kareem Hunt who's your 1. So maybe that's where the adjustment is. You get Rashad Smith active, and we see what can happen there, because something has got to give in that running back room right now. Like, God bless, something has got to give. Oh God, I couldn't. My eyes are so bad right now.
They're just saying they don't respect our wide receivers enough, so they're stacking the box against our run game, which is essentially very true. But once we get Worthy, that's why we're saying you get Worthy, you get right back, etc., etc. It frees up everything. But right now, our run game isn't enough of a threat. Our wide receivers aren't enough of a threat. So Mahomes is running.
He's running. That's why he's leading he's the leading rusher in 2 games. That's why, and he's getting frustrated. So
usually you don't see this side of him until the playoffs. So it's quite frustrating.
You don't ever see Pat running this early. And where it gives me anxiety, I'm also like, yellow. He trains really hard in the offseason.
I know.
Do what you gotta do. I'm not mad at it. So And then I think my only other key is like just being smart. Like, no more self-inflicting wounds. Stop getting penalties. Stop having drop balls. Stop giving turnovers. Like,
be disciplined. Play discipline.
The Chargers look so disciplined yesterday. Mm-hmm. They were good for 60 solid minutes. Yeah. Offense, defense, special teams. And where does that come from? Who is disciplined? Who teaches these guys to be disciplined? So, like,
we know it's the head coach. It's the top to bottom.
It's who teaches these guys to be disciplined. So there's so much opportunity. This team is they need to get a win. It's actually kind of embarrassing. So they need to get a win because I'm just praying.
They're embarrassed. Like I know they're embarrassed, but you gotta start playing like you're embarrassed because you should have been embarrassed after week 1. You should have been embarrassed after
the Super Bowl.
You should be really embarrassed going into week 3 0-2. And if you can't beat the Giants, then I don't know what to say.
I don't think people realize this. It has been 14 months since the Chiefs have won a game.
It's been a long time.
It's been a lot of just negative energy because of the Super Bowl and then the home opener. Well, the first game of the season and then the home opener. It's just not good.
If we just get one win, I think if you just get one win, I think you get that feeling back in your body. I think everyone starts feeling confident again. I think right now they're all just like so blah. Like they just need to get one win and then just keep
That's your leaders. That's your Patrick. That's your Chris Jones. That's your Trent McDuffie. That's your Travis Kelce. Mm-hmm. That's your freaking leaders. If your leaders ain't here's my thing. Tom's creating the hype. He's like, I will do this myself. Y'all got to help me.
I will say Patrick's not the problem. Patrick is not the problem right now.
Okay. Yeah. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse. Yeah, so play disciplined football for 60 minutes, create turnovers, don't have penalties, use your running back room.
Also, take advantage of their bad O-line. They have a terrible O-line. Defensive line, if you can't take advantage of a bad O-line, what are we doing?
Then what are we doing here? And I also feel like Patrick is normally humming when he's just like, he got 5 or 6 plays and he's just go, 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 go. There's been a lot of like stopping here and letting the clock wind all the way down to like get your rhythm. You're not creating a rhythm because you're slowing the game down, even if that's a penalty or whatever it is. Patrick just needs to kind of do his thing and run his team like he knows how to run his team and keep all the noise out. Like, run this team,
correct.
Get them in check, do what you do, who you've been, and they should be fine. Are we doing who? Do you want to do who the X factors of this game should be?
Nah, it's got to be everyone on this point.
It's got to be everyone. I'm just like,
there's not even. I don't even have one. No,
there's not like a one specific.
Every single one of you needs to step up and play your role so we can.
Everybody needs to literally lock in. Do you want to get into score prediction?
Yeah,
and wrap this thing up.
Yeah, let's do that. I think we've said all we can say.
Yeah, I was like, I'm tired of yelling. We try to have this show a little bit longer today, y'all, because we're not having a show tomorrow. Because I have
only show of the week.
Yeah. But we Chiefs gotta win. Period. I think it's gonna be like a 20 to 17, 18.
The same crap we just did.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be or like a 17, 13. It's gonna be disgusting.
I'm gonna say
we should at least put 20 points up though, because Harrison Butker don't miss another damn kick. That's right. 2 weeks now. Did he miss the kick in the Super Bowl?
Girl, I don't remember enough about the Super Bowl to tell you that.
I blocked that game out of my memory.
Yeah.
Harrison Butker better act like he's paid. Okay. Nugget.
My niece agrees.
Nugget. No, he better act like he. Look, let me stop cussing. No, he better act like he is.
Yes, they're at 7 every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central every Tuesday.
So
And
he
usually Wednesday.
needs to. He can't miss anymore. He's missed each game now. So cut it out. Glad you got it out your system.
And this isn't me defending Butker. This is saying in general, kicking has been bad. Kicking in the NFL has been real bad this season.
Yeah, he's bad. Sorry. Kicking
Not even him, like
bad, but Harrison's still normally nails.
Yeah,
so
I know.
I don't know what that means. Anyway, what's your score prediction? Because I think we win by 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'm going to say 24-21 Chiefs.
I will say Chiefs defense has held 2 teams under 30.
I think they are not going to score.
It's with that. Very
happy.
It's
on our offense to put up points in
if
special
offense can't score, then yeah. The Giants dropped 30 last week. Yeah, guess what? The Eagles dropped 40 the week before. They scored 20.
No, I don't know why Rob is just negative. He's been negative in my comments.
If you're here and you're on YouTube, we see a lot of y'all tapping in from the YouTube channel. What's up to y'all? Hit the like button. You know your role. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Do it right now. Go make us mad. No.
Do we want to go through any of the other games or just skip them for now?
No. We gotta win, man. I can't really even think about other people at this point. Until the Chiefs start winning, we are gonna drag them every single show.
There's not much else to say right now.
No, there's not. The only thing is let's not let the Chargers go 3-0.
Right.
Literally that. That's really it. That's all.
Go Broncos. Ew. Ugh.
Yeah. Yesterday I was like, Raiders, please. And then I saw Geno Smith and I was like, 3 picks. But anyway, if you're listening to us, shout out to y'all for being here with us and hanging out with us. We're going at about 1 hour and 40 minutes today, which is a really long time.
Really long show.
Really long show.
Thanks for listening to us rant.
Tomorrow. But thanks for listening. Please like, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Say that again. Please share our videos. Please tell all y'all friends about them. If you are on Twitter or on any other outlets, please make sure that you are retweeting this stream. We know that the haters want to watch because we're 0-2 and it's disgusting. So I don't blame them for wanting to tap in and listen.
Few of them have been in the comments. I get it. Yeah, I get it.
I get it. Make sure you're following both me and Lexi on all social media platforms. Follow our Instagram. Follow us everywhere, y'all. We're literally everywhere, y'all. And other than that, we appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. This was our depression therapy that we had to get through for the day, for the week. And I think we're better now.
No.
I don't know. Anyway, otherwise, we will see y'all next week. Again, no show tomorrow. So tell all your people to tap into this show tonight and go back and listen. And we will see y'all and go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs. 1-2, baby. 1-2. Go Chiefs.
1-2.